All right, good evening. This is a good one. I'm realizing that I've been saying like, man, I got like low. My character's been eroded, and in many ways it has. But I do like that right now. It's tough doing this door knocking thing and doing a lot of this footwork because of the past years or so of making just not making bad decisions, so to speak, because no, not making bad decisions, but just not using judgment and having poor judgment because of not losing judgment. So in this case, I can say that my tenant has higher standards than I do. So like whenever I encounter somebody who has higher standards, it's gonna hurt for a good reason. So like being in real estate, I will create for myself the highest standards, and it'll hurt to implement those, but having the higher standards than those around me or in the industry or in my field will be harder, and it'll be more rewarding. And long term, it'll pay off because I have higher standards than what I had before, which is a higher quality product at the end, which is a longer lasting legacy. That's one point. The other point I wanted to talk about is, who are you spending your time around? Right now, I'm spending my time around authors and people with doctorates and people who have done things in the field of sales and psychology and persuasion and negotiation. And specifically, I'm making these audio recordings of the notes that I've taken from their literature, their books, their papers, and I'm putting them in audio so that way I can have at least 5 of these different types of audios playing when I'm on the phone or when I'm talking to people. So that way, even when I'm sleeping, I can be thinking about how my motivations and behavior is moving in alignment with the higher standards of people who have come before me and who have made impacts on the general population at large, their communities, their lives, their psychology. So those people are Laszlo, Dr. Henry Cloud and Townsend, Chris Voss, Benjamin Graham and David Dodd, Zig Ziglar, Seneca, I was looking them up. Those about 7 names are the people whose thoughts I'm trying to, I've already studied their material for months now, and I'm bringing it into my psyche to change my psyche and to influence my motivation and my behavior so I can take more action. These people are, I mean, they have doctorates. How much money have they made? I think, let me see, Benjamin Graham, net worth. He simply gave away most of his money. At the time of his death, he was worth $3 million. If anything, his greatest pupil, Warren Buffett, not if anything, a better way to judge a man is by his legacy. And his greatest pupil, his net worth is $100.7 billion. A.H. Maslow, this guy, hierarchy of needs. Words. I can only hope to assume he died a fulfilled and satisfied man. Says here his net worth is between 1 and 5 million. Nevertheless, I only hope to believe that he died a content, self-actualized human being. Dr. Henry Cloud, I trust and believe that the lessons he has influenced and taught me has prevented him from harming himself, hurting himself, yes, because it is the hurt by which we sometimes, in the correctly judged situations, get the good in. But preventing me and teaching me how to not harm myself. Chris Voss, this man has been in some conflicts. In fact, his techniques have saved literally hundreds of people from, well, tens of people from life-threatening hostage situations, kidnapping situations, FBI trained. This is the type of stuff that he's flown out of the country to other countries to rescue people's lives through negotiations. Like this man has been in conflict and has walked away with no one being harmed. That alone is a life skill. It has literally saved multiple people's lives. The Black Swan concept. He pioneered and created and discovered. He's a genius. As well as, who am I forgetting? Zig Ziglar, influenced a generation, sales trainer extraordinaire, national speaker, author, has influenced all of the people you know about who are mentors and gurus today. I'm getting his knowledge straight from him. So these people have high standards. They have high standards of living, high standards of life. My only take back is that all of these people are white. They're not black. All of their techniques don't apply to the race you are. However, I do have my black authors, and I got a whole, that's the point of the library. So I can synthesize that information from these white people and their culture into the culture, the black culture, African-American culture that I'm dealing in, living in. So that's a different task. However, these people are at the top of their field. And with them influencing me and then me being able to synthesize and use my good judgment, it'll hurt, and it hurts right now to learn these lessons, but it'll feel good in the long run because I'll have higher standards and a higher standard of living. Zig Ziglar even has a quote. I'm not quote this. If standard of living is your major objective, quality of life almost never improves. But if quality of life is your number one objective, your standard of living almost always improves. It's happening as we speak. The quote is real. I'm improving my quality of life by responding to my tenants' concerns, complaints about where she stays. And that inevitably is causing her standard of living to improve, which will in effect increase my standard of living. The system works. Logical reasoning. Doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. I could say without a doubt, that's a law of physics. You guys watching, you're going to see some good growth and some good change come out of me. It's tough. I think it's tough right now, and I'm going through it. But it's life, it's business. That's the challenge. That's responsibility. That's fighting the resistance, getting the good in, letting the bad out. Healing hurts. Man. And it hurts. And I didn't even pass out any business cards today. I may be able to pass some out tomorrow. After I go to Mayweather Boxing, then go to meet the plumber to do the repairs at the property, and from there receive his invoice detailing his work that he's done with pictures before and after. And I may have time to finish passing out business cards, but I did respond to the rental leads today, and I did what I could with them and let them know that this is like the limit of my ability to provide services for them, because it doesn't pay enough commission. So I took that off my plate instead of just moving on to the next thing. So that is improving my quality. That improves my quality of life, because there's no loose ends, unfinished projects. See, it works. Good night.